Okay, the first thing to know about is the assignment operator. So that is Alt dash. Oops. Alt dash. So that is commonly referred to as gets something else. So what are we talking about here? So the something is an object. So we can call this object or object name. Okay, object name gets the number 5. So if we click enter like that, we can see here over in the environment we've got object name and 5. Now with naming objects, we could do object.name, we can do object underscore name, we can even do something called camel case like that. That's also fine. What we can't do is we can't have spaces, because it's not really understanding. It's thinking these are two separate objects. So, and also R is case sensitive as well, so that's something to bear in mind. But if we surround this in backticks, which is the key below your escape button, then that works fine. So there it is there. We just have to remember to include the backticks when we reference it. So if we go object name, we can see there's a whole, they're still there, but object name, yeah. So we got to remember the backticks, and that's how you retrieve. So all those objects that we've typed in, objects, we got all the different ones. They're all the same thing. Object. What's another one? So I'm hitting, when I'm doing this, I'm hitting Control Enter. So that's running the line. Control Enter, and if I run multiple lines, Control Enter again, and it runs all those lines of code. Okay, so that's that. One other brief little function, probably the first function I'll talk about now, is something called class. So object name, what is the class of that? And it's a number. So that's fantastic. That seems to be correct, doesn't it? All right. And then we also another one, which is type of object name, and that's a double. Okay. So a double is a funny terminology for a numeric value. It basically means a number with as many decimal points as is required. So at the moment there's 0 decimal points. It's different from an integer which has no decimal points, but it's actually been told to have none. Okay, so if we were to go new object, it doesn't matter, we type it wrong, 5, how would we make this an integer? We put an L next to it. Okay, so if I check that one out, we see it's integer. Okay, so they're just getting you started on numbers. Yeah, so let's take another look at them in the next video.